So I want to show you this new deck. This deck is called Off Homerun. And this deck is a deck that's usable for Nahiri the Unforgiving. This is pretty much the only planeswalker you can use for this deck. You can use other planeswalkers, but it reaches its maximum ability with this particular Nahiri. And the reason is it makes use of this ability here, this final ability, the Heroic Unforgiveness. I'll read it to you and you can kind of see where we're going with it, kind of using this as context for how we hope to play this game and why the deck is built this way. Alright, so Heroic Unforgiveness, it says, reinforce each creature you control X times. Those creatures gain haste and outcast. Gain 6 loyalty. X is equal to the number of creature and equipment cards in your graveyard, including their reinforcements. Alright, so what we're looking for here is to throw a ton of cards, especially the creatures, especially the reinforced creatures, especially these wonderful equipment cards here. If you can get them into the graveyard, that's going to help you with a big boost. Alright, so with that being said, you can see here there are 6 creatures, right? I hardly ever build decks with 6 creatures just because you will probably be drawing creatures more than anything, and a lot of times you don't need that many creatures, right? But this deck, of course, you're going to need a lot of creatures, and the reason for that is we want to have as many of them in the graveyard as possible. Alright, so with that being said, I just want to point out this card here is important, the Hanger Scrounger. The reason is this ability. It says when this creature attacks, discard a card, draw a card, against 3 mana. The important thing is we're able to draw a card and discard a card. What we're going to try to do is discard a card that's a creature or an equipment card, and that's going to help us to build up for that final buff, that final attack. Mishra Excavation Prodigy, this is another one here. When this creature attacks, you may discard the last card in your hand. If you do, draw a card. Okay, so again, another card that's going to help you discard cards. These discarded cards will go to your graveyard, obviously, and they're going to help you with that final buff, as I mentioned. Okay, what I'm looking for here is this one here. We're going to try to get this on the board and then also in the graveyard. This is another one. You can see equipment, right? So that's going to be one that if you get it and throw it into the graveyard, that's going to help. Teferi's Puzzle Box. This one helps you also to get as many cards into the graveyard as you can. That's basically it. I like Atraxa because she's going to be able to block and have Death Touch. You can use Helm of the Gods to pair with her and she'll be able to kill a lot of stuff without having to worry about taking damage. Phyrexian Vindicator, same thing. You don't have to take damage. You'll be able to block, play some good defense. And finally, Cityscape Leveler, same exact thing. You're going to be able to do damage, be able to take out your creature's opponent's cards, and you're not going to have to worry about playing a creature that's going to be able to do that whole destroy enemy creature kind of thing, right? So that's important. We got some good defensive ones here. These two, Scrounger and Mishra, we're going to try to play both of them and maybe one of these. Okay, so we'll see. Let's take a look at the gameplay. Again, what we're trying to do is trying to get the Scrounger, the Mishra card, and then at least one creature that we're going to be able to buff really big. Okay, if you get that done, then it's pretty much over. Hopefully you have enough cards in the graveyards that are creatures or maybe the equipment, and then at that point you're going to win. Okay, Mishra is ready to go. We're going to have to choose between one of these that we're going to play. I'm going to go with, I kind of want to go Atraxa, but Phyrexian Vindicator is just a heck of a lot cheaper. So we'll go with that. Just really quickly, if you don't have the Nahiri, the Unforgiving card, Planeswalker, this is what you can expect. You can read these if you want, just hit the pause button. But for the bonuses, you'll get +6 on the red and +2 for the white. Okay, there we go, Mishra. And we will get rid of one card, draw another. And then you can see what happened there, right? We discarded one, which was a creature, which is what we wanted to do, and we picked up a creature. So that was really good. All right, we're going to be able to do that again, and that's exactly what we're hoping for. Okay. Yep, get rid of a creature, draw a creature. There we go. So it's working nicely. You can imagine what we would have if we have the Scrap Heat Scrounger. I believe that's the name of the card. We would be able to do a whole lot more when it comes to getting things into the graveyard. There we go. Phyrexian Vindicator is nice. Yes, please. Ooh, Helm of the Gods. Rubrass, that's a nice one. And I tell you what, we'll be able to do damage just because if you take a look at the Phyrexian Vindicator card, he doesn't take damage, but when he gets damage dealt to him that he's going to, of course, prevent, you get to take that damage and do it to another target. So I choose the enemy Planeswalker because obviously the creature is going to die anyway. Okay, here we go. We're looking good. Teferi's Puzzle Box. That's nice. There we go. Throwing away things that we don't need, that we're using in the graveyard to power ourselves up. That's exactly what we should be doing. Guardian of New Benalia there. Okay. Let's go like this. That's going to help us power up our finishing move, and you can see we have our finisher ready to go. Okay, so I believe this is our Teferi's Puzzle Box. That's cool. The reason we like that is because if we do the Mana Field ability by moving this down, we're going to be able to get rid of these two cards here. Okay, so we'll do that. There we go. 1 and 2. Okay, we're looking good. Helm of the Gods. Yeah, we'll go that here. And since we have this third ability, we'll have to take a look because at some point we're going to be able to use that finishing move to the best of our ability and then win the game. So let's take a look. I think what we'll do is we'll save it for another turn. Helm of the Gods. Okay, I tell you what, we'll go with this. Hanger Scrounger. And we'll go like this. Get rid of this guy, because he just keeps getting in the way. Okay, let's go with the 1/1 here. There we are. Okay, guys, I think this is the end of it. What we'll do is we'll let this thing run one more turn. We'll hit the finishing move there. This thing is already powered up. Our finishing move looks like it's ready to go. We got the double strike ability here, and we got a ton of cards in the graveyard, right? So look at all these cards in the graveyard. We got creature, creature, creature. This is an equipment, so that helps. Equipment, more creatures, equipment. This should be a pretty big buff. Let's see what we can do. Let's go with this. All right. And there's our buff. There's our buff. There's our buff. And this is game over, guys. Hope you guys like the deck here. Like and subscribe. That helps the channel. And that's it. Good gaming, guys.